Welcome to another edition of the Insider Mailbag. I'm flying solo this week as Mighty Joe is under the weather. Get well soon, Mighty Joe. We miss you, but I'm going to dive right into these questions. We have some good ones this week. First one comes from TTU Braves Rock, who wants to know what pitcher is most likely to break out this year. He said it would be nice if at least one day a week Tech didn't have to score 6+ to win. He said the team ERA is not good so far in 2024. So who might the breakouts be? Obvious guy would say Kyle Robinson, the Friday night starter. He started opening day last year. He started opening day this year. He didn't win opening day this year, but it was a tough opponent in Tennessee. I was at the Texas Southern game Friday night. He started, and he threw well. He threw very well, actually. I think he only gave up one hit in that game. And he recorded he tied his career high for strikeouts with 8. So watch Robinson. I think he's... I wouldn't say he's secured the Friday night spot going forward, but I think he's looked pretty good. I really like the fact that he got hurt last year. I don't like that, but I like that he came back and had 2 really strong showings after that injury. One against Oklahoma State, where he also threw 8 strikeouts in the Big 12 tournament. That was a big start for him. And then against Florida in the regionals, he also threw really well. So Kyle Robinson's one to watch. Another guy is a big freshman, 6'5" Mac Hewer, a right-handed pitcher who is going to be starting Saturday. I think it's his first start, actually. And it's a shakeup in the rotation there. So Mac Hewer is a guy who has the opportunity against Gardner Webb to show what he can do as a Saturday night starter. And again, a really big dude. He has a good fastball. Tadlock said if he's hitting his other stuff, and I honestly, as him being a freshman, not having seen him pitch, don't know what his other stuff is. I assume some kind of off-speed stuff, but big dude's got a nice fastball, and when he's hitting his other stuff, Tadlock said Thursday, previewing the series, that Mac he gives people a lot of problems. So that's another guy to watch this season going forward. Tall Cool wants to know if Pop Isaac's legs are tired, or are the long-range threes just possibly out of his range. I don't know what's going on with Pop, if he just has the yips, why he's struggling from deep. But in the last 5 games, he's 4 of 34 from deep. So for whatever reason, he is really struggling from behind the arc. So, he needs to adjust his game. He has helped the team in other ways. Like, I go back to that TCU game that they won by just 1 point. He was very clutch with free throws. He's been a good facilitator at times. When he's under control and his shot selection is sound, Pop Isaacs can be very dangerous. I'll go ahead and say when he gets his 3-point shot back, he becomes one of the more deadly players in college basketball, because he's very streaky. When he's hot, he's very difficult to stop. But then he gets cold, like the cold streak he's on right now, at least from deep, 4 for 34 in the last 5. And he could struggle sometimes with shot selection, turn the ball over, those kind of things. So even if he struggles from deep, he needs to, play composed in other areas of the game. Now, in terms of if his legs are tired, I think a lot of the guys are tired. I think they've shown that. But I don't think he has a problem in terms of range. I think he has good range. He does have sometimes kind of a weird form, but before, it's been effective in the past. So we'll see if he can just... I think it's probably a combination of him being tired, but also it kind of getting in his head, that he's off. So he just needs to find some confidence and knock a couple more down. He's actually been better in the last 2 games than he was in the previous 3. So maybe he'll continue to get better, get his stroke back, and then truly be one of the more dangerous guys in the country. Syntax Red Raider wants to know if Jordan Brooks could possibly join the Chiefs this offseason. Well, he's an unrestricted free agent. Jordan, who is one of my favorite Red Raiders to cover just as a football fan because of his ability as a sideline-to-sideline scraping linebacker. He's just great. He's had 3 consecutive 100-plus tackle seasons for Seattle. Be interesting to see if the Seahawks will pay up to keep him there. I think he does want to stay there, at least that's according to reports. In terms of the Chiefs, I think they're looking to bolster the receiving core more than their linebacker core. So I don't know if that's where they want to spend their money, but it sure would be nice to see Jordan Brooks and Pat Mahomes play together again. That would be really neat. Seaballs20 says, what do you think is a realistic expectation for Micah Hudson in year 1? He said both by statistics and accolades. He says, are we talking about Michael Crabtree level of impact here? Well, first off, I think to compare Micah Hudson, though he is obviously a very highly rated player, the highest rated player at least in the modern era, probably ever, that Texas Tech has signed. I think to compare him to Michael Crabtree is unfair to all parties involved. I get the excitement level, and why not compare him to one of the best ever to play at Texas Tech. But, Crabtree did have the redshirt freshman season, so he had a year to develop and everything. Micah, as it's been widely reported, had his knee cleaned up, and he's going to miss spring, but he's going to be here in the summer. He's expected to play in the fall, so keep that in mind. And he's here in the spring, but he's going to be able to actually do all the workouts and everything before going the summer and then fall camp and all that. That's the expectation, ready to go for the season. What I like is, what I've heard is that he's going to be utilized all over the formation. So you might see him inside, you might see him outside, you might even see him line up in the backfield some. Because I think they think he's that dynamic of a player, and they want to use him, as much as they can. So I don't think it's a Crabtree level type season, but I do think he'll be one of the top 3 receivers on the team. And as a true freshman, that's no small feat in terms of catches and yards. I think he'll make some truly eye-popping plays this year as a true freshman, or next year, as a true freshman that we'll be amazed by. And I think it'll be a good launching point for next season for him to become truly the man at Texas Tech. TechRed02 wants to know, when will we start seeing official Adidas Texas Tech gear? He's ready to buy some stuff. Sorry if he's missed this previously. Yeah, July is what I've been told. I know both Texas Tech is getting ready, the athletic department is getting ready for it, and some of the places like Red Ritter Outfitter are getting ready to get that going. They're really excited about that. So, but, I could be wrong, but I do believe July is when we'll see that stuff hit the shelves. Raider Fano01 wants to know, NCAA tournament, Tech in or out, thoughts? Yeah, I recently did a video on this because it's a great question. It's a perfect time, I think, with the fact that Tech has dropped 2 in a row, and they have 3 regular season games remaining and the Big 12 tournament. Right now, they're 19 as it sits when you're watching this. They're 19-9, or when this filmed and dropped on Friday. They're 19-9 overall, 8-7 in the Big 12, and I think they're in a good spot. I think their net ranking was 43rd, and Joe Lunardi had them projected as a 7 seed, which sounds pretty good. They may drop some from that if they struggle in these last 3 games. I know Mighty Joe and I differ on this slightly. I think it's possible that if they lose out, that they don't make it, but I don't know. I think they possibly have done enough this year, and we'd have to see how the rest of the the automatic qualifiers go, how the rest of the tournaments go, like conference tournaments. But I do think that even if Tech lost out, there's a good chance they still get in the tournament. Now, I think one thing we do agree on is if they win one of their final 3 regular season games, they're in. 20 wins, be 500 in this gauntlet of a Big 12. So I think they're right there. I do think Texas Tech's going to be in the tournament. They have games at West Virginia, and West Virginia's not good this year, but it's tough in Morgantown always. Oklahoma State, they've been better here recently, I think, but that's a winnable game. And Baylor at home will be tough, but if you're full strength by then, Warren Washington's back, which we don't know, then I think you have a good chance there, but Baylor's a really good team. Yes or no answer? Yes, Texas Tech will be in the NCAA tournament. But is there a possibility they don't make it? I think there's a slight chance they don't make it. But if you're betting on this, or if you're a betting man, I would put money on Texas Tech being in the NCAA tournament. Absolutely. So that's going to do it. Great questions this week. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and until next time.